Hello, fellow hunters, and welcome back to possibly your favorite monster ecology class. Today, we'll be discussing the Black Flame, the first of many new monsters to come, New Udra, the apex predator of the oil well basin. New Udra is new to the series and completely unique as it is the very first cephalopod monster we've ever hunted, if you don't count Yamatsukami, which appeared in the older games. I'll show a picture right here. The reason it doesn't count as a cephalopod is because it's classified as an elder dragon, but you know we're not gonna get into that right now. So please get out your notes, and we'll dive into this oily octopus. Before we go over its attacks, let's check out his physiology and behavior. New Udra is a massive monster heavily resembling an octopus. It has 6 large limbs which it uses for locomotion and attacking, which with its remaining 2 limbs being reduced and used to shield its mouth. It has dark green skin covered in blue and black stripes, but at most times appears dark due to the creature being covered in thick layer of black oil slit at all times, which can be ignited at will when New Udra is enraged. The tentacles and mantle of the monster are covered in many thorny spines. Its most striking features are its bioluminescent blue eye stalks, along with its glowing spots on the end of its main 6 limbs. These glowing spots act as sensory organs, as the cephalopod itself is mostly blind. I really do appreciate watching New Udra slither around and just being itself. I like seeing all the oil drip off of it, and you being able to collect it for getting like a little piece of material. So let's get into its attacks and what the best way to deal with and avoid its attacks, because this thing is aggressive. New Udra's main source of attack are its large thorny tentacles and spitting out fire like its Eminem from Rap God. These attacks consist of whacking you with its tentacles, doing a little spin maneuver, body slams that sound like a blanket folding outward, and using its back tentacles to body slam as well if you're hitting its ink sac. It also has a grab attack that will cook you like church's chicken if you do not have enough fire resistance. When enraged, New Udra will coat its body in flames from the oil that covers it. It becomes much more aggressive in this manner, and all its attacks will cause fire blight. You can remove fire blight by popping a nullberry or rolling 3 times. Slickback here also gains more moves when angered, such as flamethrower that'll use if you are at any distance away. It'll also throw little fireballs at you, as well as lunge with its beak wide open. The best way to avoid the flamethrower is to run to the side. Do not run away from it, or you'll have steamed hams. It also gains an AoE, or Area of Effect attack, I like to call Lava Plume. It probably learned this from Typhlosion. Best way to deal with the Lava Plume is to run away from it and Superman dive. If you're getting annoyed at the burst of fire coming from the ends of its tentacles, I recommend using Water Blight to put them out, or severing the tentacles so its range is shortened and the damage reduced. When weakened, it'll retreat to its den, where it actually camps out like a real octopus and squeezes into a little hole. If you want to get it out, just hit the tentacle that's sticking out. And that's all I have for New Udra's moves. Let's take a look at what works best against it and what you can do to get the rarest part from it, as well as my final thoughts and opinions on him. New Udra, a cephalopod that reigns supreme over oil well basin's ecosystem. Usually, when sighted, New Udra is covered in oil lust, but when enraged, it will ignite the coating, transferring itself into a horror of flame. The oculi that appear on its body and arms are presumed to be sensory organs, but the truth is still being investigated. Let's see here. Weak roar, so level 1 earplugs are recommended, and fire blight, nullberry, fire blight resistance are best used to, stop that. Head is breakable, all 6 arms are severable. Best way to deal with that is to get part breaker on. If you're having trouble with that, honestly, that's the best thing I can tell you, is just try to equip part breaker. And the best element to use against it is, no surprise, water blight. Poison, sleep, work well, blast and paralysis, not so much, stun, exhaust. Flash pods don't work, sonic booms don't work, no surprise there. And the best item to get from it is the cerebrospinal fluid, which is pretty much you can only get that from cutting its tentacles off, but best, like I said, best recommendation is getting part breaker for that, or using water blight. Alright, and the weapons you can craft from New Udra here are the greatsword, hammer, switch axe, charge blade, the light and heavy bowgun. So, not an entirely extensive line. I hope I didn't miss any, but that's kind of small for an apex predator. I really hope I didn't miss some. Hold, let me check real quick. I did miss something. It was the lance. You can also make the lance from him. But other than that, I find him a really cool monster. I can't wait to see what else they do with the cephalopod skeleton in the future. Who knows, we might get a variant of him, or Zhu-Wu, and I expect that video later. Zhu-Wu's still in, freaking all the way into Iberia, and I still need to do the Iceland Peaks, or whatever the flip it's called. But, design-wise, I don't want to say 10 out of 10 again, because I don't want to feel like I'm giving that out too much, but I want to give it a 10 out of 10. Because they did really well with the new cephalopod skeleton. But at the same time, I don't want to rate it that, because I have got caught between it and walls while I'm hunting it, and I get stuck and can't move anywhere at all. So, for that reason, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's almost a 10 out of 10, but it's not, because it just kind of has that hitbox and collision thing where if you get stuck between that and a wall, you're kind of screwed. So that's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. So, and honestly, that's all I have to say for New Udra. So thank you all so much for attending your monster ecology class. I appreciate you all watching, and stay safe and good luck on your hunts. Good night.